My name is Greta Ngwenya. My student number is 192465. In this video, I am going to be discussing my views on the sudden change to online learning during COVID-19. I will also include my experiences regarding the transition to online learning. I will also include my suggestion on how to improve online learning. The sudden change to online learning came with a lot of challenges as no one was prepared for it. Teachers were not ready, learners were not ready for such a change. But we learned a lot from the experience. The sudden change affected a lot of learners. One, learners, some of them didn't have devices such as computers to work on or iPads to work on from home. So they couldn't access the online learning. Teachers didn't have the experience to use computers to engage with learners on online learning. So that was a challenge. Teachers had to learn very fast how to use technology to engage with their learners. Learners that had the gadgets or devices to use were able to continue with their learning. But those that didn't have the gadgets to connect and work online were left behind. Even though some schools tried to create worksheets that were sent to learners so that they could carry on working, it was different. They never had the access to a teacher compared to those who were online, who could engage with the teacher via Zoom or via Google Classroom. So it was a very, very challenging moment for both learners and teachers, and it created a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. Teachers had to work around the clock, because when you are having classes online, kids keep on talking to you throughout the day. Depending, some of them don't follow the timetable. We're not following the timetable. They will just come in at any time and send random messages asking for help or needing assistance with certain things. So online learning was very challenging. It took a very long time for teachers and learners to adjust on how to work it out. My experience, I really had a difficult time because I'm one of those who was not clued on online teaching. I had to learn very fast how to use Google Classroom, how to record YouTube videos and teach learners through that. Also, I found that my workload was increased because I had learners who were online and I had learners who couldn't access online. I had to go to school, print worksheets, make worksheets, put a pile together or a work pack for learners and get it sent at home, and go fetch it at school when it's dropped off and mark that work and send it at home. It was a lot of back and forth, and I realized that I wasted a lot of time in between school and home trying to put work together for learners. So my experience was not easy. And also, even with the kids online, some of them were not handing in work. You had to follow up on learners with work. Some of them couldn't understand what you were asking, or when you have a Zoom meeting, some of them will show up and some will not show up. It was really, really difficult. I must say the experience was not good at all. But we learned from the experience. If something like that could happen now in future, I think we are a bit prepared to deal with online learning. My suggestions to improve online learning: firstly, training should be provided for teachers, as many teachers struggle to use online platforms to teach. Teachers didn't know anything about Google Classroom. They didn't know how to record videos of themselves or even use internet to search and look for things. Teachers didn't have that. And also, teachers lacked resources such as computers. Most teachers didn't have computers to work from. They had to use their cell phones, and cell phones are not convenient to be used for teaching. But it is important that teachers get proper laptops so that they can plan and type their lessons up and do probably PowerPoints so that they can teach learners effectively. Also, one thing, for learners that don't have access to laptops or iPads, I would suggest that apps are created that can be accessed through cell phones, where lessons are recorded and uploaded for learners to access them in their homes and just using minimal data. As long as the app is downloaded, it is easy. It must be easy for learners to just access the work that has been uploaded. Also, to provide physical resources such as test books, workbooks, and worksheets for learners. It will help that we have a system in place that learners could come to school or get the worksheets, or parents or guardians come fetch stuff from school for learners to use at home, and without being able to access online learning. Because looking at the situation in South Africa, not everyone has access to electricity, and also not everyone has access to internet. In some areas, internet is not there. Even if you have a cell phone, you can't access internet. There's no internet. The signal is very low. So in some areas, we will still depend on using worksheets and textbooks and workbooks for learners. So yeah, that would be my advice, that let there be training for teachers, mobile phone apps that have work that learners can access wherever they are, and also providing physical learning resources. Thank you for watching my video.